The idea of weed out classes isn't necessarily to fail all the students that take it, but to make sure that those who stick around are ready for the harder stuff later. Honestly, they're super stressful, but they also teach you how to manage your time, problem solve under pressure, and really understand the material. Classical mechanics was the hardest course that I had to take during my studies, and we used Classical Dynamics by Thornton and Marion as our textbook. Classical mechanics goes far beyond what you learn in Physics 1 and goes past the Newtonian formulation into Lagrangian and Hamiltonian equations that help solve more difficult and complex problems. During this course, we got through 8 chapters. Let's review some of the equations and graphs that I used all the time that helped me pass this course. To help me tackle my homework assignments, I was constantly referencing the figures in Appendix F, which show the differential relations in different coordinate systems like cylindrical and spherical. I also used some equations in Chapter 1, like equation 86, 100, and 101. Chapter 1, problem 31 was super tough, and so was Chapter 2, problem 15. Any physics veterans watching this video will know just the headache those problems give you. Problem 215 was a particle of mass m sliding down an inclined plane under the influence of gravity, but the thing that made this problem hard was the resistance force of kmv squared. We needed to show that the time required to move a distance d after starting from rest is this big equation with a hyperbolic inverse cosine and square roots and trigonometric functions. So it was a really hard problem to solve, but once I solved it, it was very satisfying, and I always loved doing inclined plane problems in Physics 1. So this was a nice way to advance my knowledge and really learn how to solve these complex problems. The most important chapter was Chapter 7, Hamilton's Principle, Lagrangian, and Hamiltonian Dynamics. This chapter introduced the Euler-Lagrange equation, which is, I would say, the one equation that would define this entire course. This equation helped to solve the double pendulum and bead on a hoop problem, which are two notoriously difficult problems in classical mechanics. Since this course was so fast-paced, it was easy to fall behind if you weren't sharp on your math skills. In the days leading up to the exam, I put together my own practice test, printed them out, and shared them with my friends. Making and sharing practice exams helped me pass the course because it forced me to actively engage with the material rather than just rereading my notes in the textbook. I wrote the problems in the same style as my professor, so when we would do practice problems during lectures, I made sure to copy exactly what he said and then transfer that into the study guide practice. Writing problems in the same style as our professor made me anticipate what could be asked, and solving them strengthened my problem-solving speed and confidence. Explaining the questions to my friends also exposed gaps in my own knowledge, so by teaching others, I was reinforcing the concepts for myself. I didn't always anticipate the exact questions that would be on the exam, so unexpected problems did come up, but the grading curve helped offset the difficulty and kept me from getting too discouraged while taking the exam and getting in my own head. Make sure to go to your professor's office hours to ask questions and pay close attention to what they consistently emphasize because that's likely what would be on the exam. Weed out classes are tough by design, but they could be some of the most rewarding classes if you approach them with the right strategies. Stay consistent with your studying, go to your professor's office hours, and really pay attention to the points that they're driving home. Don't be afraid to collaborate with your classmates either. Teaching is one of the best ways to teach yourself and to learn. Weed out courses can be very overwhelming at times, but they help you develop the problem-solving skills and the resilience you'll need for the rest of your career. Best of luck in your weed out classes, and drop a comment below if you'd like me to share some of my practice exams I've created.